Hey there, teachers. If you're looking for a practical, classroom-ready lesson for a key Georgia ELA standard, you have definitely come to the right place. We're going to break down exactly how to help your students become expert text detectives. So here's our game plan for today. First, we'll decode the standard itself. Then I'll introduce a really fun scavenger hunt strategy you can literally use your classroom tomorrow. From there, we're going to model the whole lesson, start to finish, and wrap up with some great ideas for differentiation and, of course, how to check for student mastery. Ready? Let's get into it. All right, first things first, let's get right to the heart of this standard. What are we really asking our students to know and be able to do here? To put it simply, this standard is all about turning your students into text detectives. They're learning to see how an author actually builds an argument or explains a topic. They're finding the tools the author uses, things like facts, details, and a clear main idea. It's kind of like we're showing them the hidden blueprint behind informational writing. And what's really great here is the clear progression. See, students start by just identifying these techniques. Then they move up to analyzing them, and then comparing them across different texts. And finally, and this is the ultimate goal, they start using these very same techniques in their own writing. It's this awesome full circle learning process. Now for the really fun part. Let's talk strategy. We're going to turn this standard into a super engaging classroom activity that makes all these concepts stick. Yep, we're going on a scavenger hunt. This 5-step text feature scavenger hunt is just a fantastic hands-on way to make abstract ideas feel totally concrete. By having students physically locate and label features like headings and captions, you're teaching them that these things aren't just decorations on the page. No, they're actually tools, road signs that authors use to guide the reader right to the main idea. So what does this actually look like in the classroom when the bell rings? Let's walk through it using that classic gradual release model that we all know and love. I do, we do, you do. This is your hook. This is how you grab them from the very beginning. You frame the lesson as an investigation. The moment you say, today we're going to be detectives, you'll see them lean in. This simple script gives them a clear, exciting purpose for reading. Okay, so the first step is all you. It's the I do. You are the lead detective. You'll grab a short nonfiction text, maybe something like why bees are important, and you're going to model your entire thinking process out loud for your students to see and hear. And listen to this language. This is so important. You're not just reading to your students. You're modeling metacognition. You're thinking about your thinking out loud. You're showing them how good readers are always actively questioning the text and hunting for evidence. This is where you make the core concept crystal clear. The main idea is the big what. What's the author's main point? The supporting details are the clues, the evidence, the how or the why. How are they proving it? Making this distinction is absolutely key. Okay, so you've modeled your thinking perfectly. What's next? Well, now it's time to release some of that responsibility and invite your students to become your detective partners. This is our we do phase. Now, students work in pairs on a new but similar text. Their mission, find the main idea and supporting details together. And your job, you get to circulate, listen in on their detective talk, and provide that crucial, in-the-moment feedback to help guide their thinking. And finally, we get to the you do stage. This is where they work independently and really show you what they know. And by asking them to not only write a paragraph, but also add a text feature, you're assessing both their reading comprehension and their ability to start using these techniques as writers. It's brilliant. Of course, we all know every classroom has a wide range of learners, so let's talk about differentiation. Here are a few really quick and powerful strategies to either support the students who need it or extend the thinking for those who are ready for a bigger challenge. These 3 activities are fantastic because they're super low prep, but have a really high impact. The card sort and the paragraph reassembly are great scaffolds for support. And for your high flyers, challenging them with a Venn diagram to compare 2 texts on the same topic is a perfect way to push them into that higher level of analytical thinking. So the lesson is done. Now for the big question. Did they get it? How do we know if our students have truly mastered the standard? What should we be looking for and what should we be listening for? This chart is your guide. You're not just looking for right answers, you're looking for the process. Are they physically interacting with the text by highlighting or underlining? And more importantly, can they explain their thinking? When you hear a student say, "This fact proves the main idea because," you know they're absolutely on the right track. And here is a simple but super powerful way to check for understanding: the classic exit ticket. Before your students leave, just have them jot down the main idea of the text and one fact the author used to support it on an index card. It's a quick, low-stakes way for you to get a snapshot of where everyone's at. And that brings us to our final thought. This text features scavenger hunt is not just an ELA strategy. Think about your next science or social studies unit. How can you adapt this exact same activity? By doing that, you're not only teaching your content, but you're also reinforcing these critical reading skills across the entire curriculum. And that is powerful.